Nebraska returned back to practice here on Tuesday as they get ready for a game against Michigan. The Wolverines arguably will be the best team the Huskers have faced this season.
Yeah, obviously I think they're #1 rushing team in the Big Ten. They're physical. They're big up front. They do a lot of multiple motions, a lot of multiple formations, and they're really good at the runs they have, and they're going to disguise those runs each and every week with a different shift, a different motion, a different formation. So you can't really get a beat on, they're lining up in this set, here comes power. They're lining up in this set, here comes counter, because they run all their runs out of the same formations, and it's different week to week. I think their running backs do a really good job. They can put their foot in the ground and hit a hole, and if they hit a hole, it can turn into a home run. Their receivers are physical in the run game. They use their tight ends in the run game, and the quarterback can pull it, so you're really playing 11-on-11 football, and they do a really good job running the ball.
Yeah, physical. Guys are physical. They're tough, fast, they're smart. So you got to be that plus.
They do everything well. I mean, they're one of the best in the college football, as far as giving up points, which is the #1 thing, is not letting your opponent score more points than you. Hutchinson gets a lot, and he deserves everything he gets, but the other edge rushers are pretty darn good too. And they have depth where they have different sub packages. When they bring different guys in, the different guys, that level still stays at a high level as far as guys playing fast, running the football, being physical. They've created a lot of negative plays, which has got guys behind the sticks and forces you to do things that you may not want to do. We want to stay out of negative plays, but they've done a good job of that. And they're very physical, so they pin their ears back and they tackle well. They sprint to the ball. They play hard, so they're well motivated. They're well coached. They're playing together, so it's going to be a huge challenge for us.
When linebackers coach Barrett Ruud looks at a game with Nebraska and Michigan, he simply said, "This is college football."
Yeah, I think college football, even almost more so than Big Ten, this is college football at its finest, I think. I mean, it's classic, two classic football teams, big stage on Saturday night. It's going to be an awesome atmosphere. I couldn't be more excited.
We saw a lot of changes last week for Nebraska, particularly on the offensive line. On that left side, Nuri Nouili stepped in at left guard, Teddy Prohaska at left tackle. It went about as well as you could have asked.
Those guys practice well throughout the week, with each other, and you always want to put the guys that are going to play next to each other as much as you can, and those guys did well, hitting blocks all week together, and the same fit that they got in practice are the same fits that we end up establishing in the game, and they did a really good job. But Nuri's an explosive kid, as is Teddy, and yeah, they do complement each other, if you will, because Nuri can get some pop, and then Teddy can, really do a good job of using his length to attack. Talk about out leveraging or establishing leverage on the defensive tackle, and Teddy did a really good job of coming behind as a trail player and really getting some big time movement.
Well, you never know when you put new guys in, especially starting, how they're going to handle it. We felt good about it. That's why we made the change. So yeah, you as a coach, sometimes you worry how they can handle their first start, big game, conference game, all that type of stuff, and they handled it really well. And they proved it in practice. So we felt a lot of confidence going in that they were going to play well, and the competition's made everyone better. So it's been a good thing for us.
You got a guy flipping aside, then you got to bring a guy up. Nuri had played a lot of right and left. So getting him dialed in to only left. With the technique and the communication, et cetera, et cetera. And a lot can be said about Cam Jurgens and Matt Sichterman, because those are the guys that were the glue behind this whole drill. Those guys, especially, Cam, because, Cam has to work with a new guy next to him, and Cam's had to work with a new guy at left guard about 4 times this year, because we've had multiple guys playing that position this year trying to find the best fit, personnel-wise at that position. So kudos to those guys, that have kept this thing steady. Sick over there on the right side, now working with Turner, where he was working with Bryce for a long time. So, a lot can be said about the guys that are around these guys that are making their first start, or, you know, in Nuri's case, he's not making his first start, you know, and that was the thing I said earlier. You know, he started games before in college football. It was Teddy that I was most, you know, not concerned with, but I was, you know, keeping a good eye on the whole time.
Then at running back, Jaquez Yant stepped in, and he ran the ball hard.
Yards after contact, something we talk about all the time, and Yant did a great job taking advantage of his opportunity. Just running physical, running through arms, running with low pad level, had good ball security. So that was a big deal, because that's something that we've, like you said, we haven't done a great job of that. And that was big to see him give us that. And
yeah, man, he came out and, you know, he ran well. Very proud of him. You know, it's can you do that consistently? You know, can we hit those same blocks consistently? Can we hit the hole consistently? You know, and that's what we're working on.
You know, another angle about this game with Michigan, the Wolverines have not seen a quarterback near as dynamic as Adrian Martinez. They saw Noah Vedral, as we know, and he was Martinez's backup here in Lincoln for a few seasons. But Martinez just simply offers a whole different test.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of be who we are and kind of do what we do, and hope, you know, Adrian continues to play well and do some good things. I know Rutgers has a guy that he ran the ball decent. Played here, is a pretty good player, you know, similar, but I do think Adrian's playing at elite level right now. Yeah, I hope that shows again on Saturday. I know he's fired up for the challenge.
In other news here on Tuesday, offensive coordinator Matt Lubick confirmed that tight end Thomas Fedoni returned to the practice field. The freshman out of Council Bluffs, Iowa, tore his ACL back in April.
Yes. Yep. I think so. He's been conditioning with us the whole time, but just getting out. And again, that's kind of a medical question, so I don't know exactly where that is at. But he looks great. His rehab's gone faster than expected. He's done a great job. He's done a great job of staying in the game mentally. So yeah, I hope he can go soon, but I don't know.
And finally, as defensive coordinator Eric Schnander said, if you can't get up for this game on Saturday, you've got some problems.
I think our guys were fired up last week. I think they're going to be even more juiced up last week. Crowd was awesome. The light show was pretty awesome. You know, we talked about it the other day. You got a 6:30 kick in Memorial Stadium on national television against a ranked team. If you ain't up for this one, you don't belong in our room. So it's I think those guys are going to be jacked. They're going to be ready to roll, and it's going to be an awesome, awesome environment.
Reporting here with the Huskers in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.